Yeah, just stay in the trees. Don't peck on my house. Not much change in the flower garden. These have come up a little bit higher, but I've only had one flower, and it didn't seem to like the hard freeze we just had a couple days ago. But it's one more flower than we had last year. Gotta get rid of these hollies and all the rest of the weeds. I don't know. It's just a mess back there. Wish I had the money to get rid of all these trees. Nothing going on with the pot gardens yet. I need to clean this area out, get the leaves out. Don't know if I'll get that today. And then I'm thinking, I think I mentioned this before, I think I'm going to put the garden tower in this corner right here, so I need to move this off, and then the buckets will probably go right about there, so I'll try to put my potato buckets and everything right there. I got more, these are more of my raspberry volunteers I stuck over here, and these are my grandma's roses. Now they're kind of spindly and supposed to be climbing roses, and this one right here goes up, and you can see it's on the porch there, and see where the sun is trying to go that way. This rose bush is my grandma's, and I think it goes further back than that. I mean, that's how long we've had this rose bush. Long time. So gives a nice little pretty flower, not a normal what you think of a rose flowers, more like, it looks like more of a carnation, and but it's a pretty flower. We got a couple last year. I'm hoping we'll get more this year. We'll just see how it goes. I don't think this is the best spot for it. I don't have any other spot for it, unfortunately. So we'll see how it goes. Grandma grew it in the shade on the side of her garage, so it worked there, so hopefully it'd work here. I think I get more sun here. The little flower up front, he did a little better than the flower out back. And a lot of these guys came back. These are part of my Grandma Taylor's plants that I brought down from Michigan. My parents brought these ones down in the middle of the summer last year, so I didn't know if they'd make it, but they seem to be doing good. Here's a raspberry volunteer I've transplanted, I think it was last year. So again, like I said, I get them and I try to put them in different places, but I think it's time to see if I can try to sell them. Some more of my grandma's plants that I transplanted. Here's the ones I did 2 years ago. A little better timing when I transplanted those, and those are doing great. But I got to deal with all the weeds. All the weeds. So possibly the plan for today is to get the front micro garden, get all this raked back inside. So I'll probably tear that out instead of rake that in, but all the dead stuff I'm gonna churn back into the soil. And I think I'm going to put the plastic over it, and that'll help keep the weeds down until it's time to transplant and direct sow some seeds. Yeah, so like this right here, do not want. Oh, and I took some lettuce with it. Oh well. That's like lettuce from last year. It just kept going, reseeded itself. So that's like the plan for your garden. If you have, if you have a greenhouse, hoop house, something like that, something where you don't have to worry about the weeds, you just keep on growing and growing, reseeding itself. But that's the plan. Maybe I'll get a little help from the kiddos on this. So I need to take these out, okay? So we got 4 of them. Can you help Dad take these out?
Yeah. Why did you get 2? This is hard to take out.
Oh, come on, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it.
Can you pull some of it out?
Alright, I'll pull these out. And you get the little red disc, alright? Can you get the little red disc?
It got stuck. So I couldn't go out the front door. So and I got my shoes on.
Oh, no.
Then I went outside.
Great story.
Then I got my Susie socks on. And when I was trying to open up the door, I finally got it open.
Oh, man.
And I got outside. And you told me to get my jacket on, and I got my jacket and my gloves.
Oh, that's good, Dean. Keep going, hon.
I almost had to use the back door. I was kind of scared to go back.
Oh, no. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'll just pour them if I go.
Hold on, Dad's gonna...
Well,
Dad's gonna try to... Yeah, it's rotten tomato. Put it in the pile.
Which pile?
This is the pile in here. Alright, Dad's gonna try to throw it into the ground a little bit.
Okay, so what do I do now? Just keep...
Why did you have this here?
You want me to keep recording?
Yeah.
I can rake them.
I'm not raking it.
Oh, watch out, Catherine.
Right. Let's take the rake. Why don't we go rake something in the yard?
And watch out for Catherine standing there. See?
Well, we only have the one rake we brought back.
Watch out for her. She's right behind you.
I know she is.
Catherine, let's get over here away from that, please.
Okay, why don't we just...
Okay, I think it's enough recording, don't you think?
Hey, look. There's somebody's shovel.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Can somebody wash? Where can I wash this off?
All right, why don't you help Dad pull the plastic over, all right?
I want to wash my shovel off. I want to wash my shovel off.
All right, we'll take it to the backyard and wash it off.
Okay, but can somebody help? Can somebody help me wash this?
All right. So I came out here to actually just get something out of this tool shed and decided to look at the raspberry bushes a little bit. And that went on to getting the fence fixed in. Last time I tried to put the pole in, I used that block on top of the post, and that apparently didn't do a good enough job. This time I just took the back of the hatchet here straight to the post, and that got further in. I also turned the posts slightly so they're kind of like, so the little flanges on either side will, you know, keep it from bending inwards a little bit. As you can see, the raspberry bushes are getting green. Obviously I didn't cut this one back. I don't think I will cut it back right now. I'll just leave it be. But the little clumps, they got nice little green started, and hopefully I can get them wrapped around the wires so they don't go too crazy. And then I cleaned out the back, trying to keep the neighbor's vine back here from attacking my raspberry bushes. I got this mostly cleared out now. Now the blue disc are black raspberries I introduced last year, but like I said, I didn't cut off the other raspberries, so they were already grown up, so they didn't get a lot of sun last year. So what they did is they grew, so I cut them off because they're all lanky and stuff. So I cut them off from where they're growing at, and they grew around and planted themselves in here, into the ground where their tips are. So here's the other one. So these are the red raspberries, and that's just the black raspberry that planted itself into the ground. So I don't know what to do about that with them. We'll see how it goes. As you can see, there's a pretty good stalk on that one. That one doesn't look like it made it. That one's got a good stalk on it. So we'll see. I tried cleaning out some of the weed. Now the weed I have an issue with is this thing called Creeping Charlie. And see how annoying it is. There's a hole here in the black plastic, and it grew up into that hole. I mean, that's just extremely annoying. I mean, it grew underneath my disc and everything. It's just an annoying plant. I know that apparently you can use this for beer in lieu of hops or something like that. I don't care for it. It's just annoying. It's all over the place. It just, you can see how it grows, just like a little path. It just follows the path, goes right wherever it wants. And they got this other stuff, more weeds. Weeds love to grow, better than my grass. So on the raspberry bushes, as you can see, they're kind of out of control. This one's this So it's pretty good by itself. And what I'm thinking I'm going to do, because I really want to grow something else, like strawberries or something else in front of the raspberries. I just don't want to. I can't have like 2 rows of raspberries. I won't be able to get into the second row to pick them. So I am planning on digging out these raspberries and put it in the buckets and see if I can get somebody to buy them locally. You know, I mean, I get volunteers from these raspberries every year, so they just keep on going up. so if I can sell, I mean, this one's really good. I mean, that's probably like a $10 plant right there, and that one's pretty good. That one right there, that's a pretty good one too. So yeah, if I could get, you know, $5 per plant, I think that'd be worth it. I mean, it's cheaper than they could get it at the store or online, and it's already acclimated to the area. So we'll see what to do. That's the plan, is to see if I have any spare buckets, plant buckets, and transplant them, and then find a place online where local, you know, Facebook where people want to buy them, and that'll be that. Well, the bush bean is still doing well. I don't think I need to move it to a bigger pot yet. When I was digging up the raspberries to put in pots, there was a strawberry in one of them, so I decided to keep that strawberry and see what we can do by growing it in my little seed growing area. As far as down here goes, I don't think much has changed. Still have nothing here. I wonder if I even put something in there, but at least 1 or 2, 3 in each of those. A couple of lettuce haven't popped up yet. This is the cucumber. It's starting to get past its first leaves onto its other leaves, and looks like so are the cantaloupe. None there, so I guess are there. There might be something back there. But for, like I said, these seeds, I think when I saved them, it wasn't last year. I think it was the year before, so I think that's pretty good. I noticed I had some pepper seeds, but I don't have a warming tray, and when it comes to pepper seeds, you know, just doing it in a regular tray here, even when I put warm water in, it's still not going to be enough to get the pepper seeds germinating and going. So, but so far these looking good. For the most part, these guys are, you can see that they're slightly tilting a little bit towards that way, not much. Obviously the guys in the middle aren't. These are slightly tilting that way. But I'm going to keep this down here for a while longer, probably until to the point where I have to take the lid off for good, because these guys are growing up too high. But that's it for the seed growing.